Hi, welcome back to Invaluable Grace. The segment is called I was one way and now I'm different. First of all, I'd like to say welcome back and my apologies for the delay. I think we're 2 weeks delayed, if I'm not mistaken. And funny story, right? Oh, it's funny now. It wasn't funny at the time, honestly. But I had a pimple. I had a pimple and I popped it. Really, very rarely get pimples. So this one actually bugged me quite a bit, and I just had to get rid of it. But in doing so, I injured myself. So it burst and it was like a sore, and it was bleeding and stuff. And my mom, my lovely mother, my lovely mother came to my rescue. She was like, you know what, let's put like an ointment, that will help the scar, not really the scarring, but the blister, because it was like popped and open and bleeding, and it just didn't look very healthy. It looked quite bad. So she then used an ointment that is actually for fungal infections, right? Thinking that it might take this blister away. So of course I always listen to my mom, as we all should, and we put this ointment on my face. Little did I know that it would make my blister worse. It quite literally burnt my skin. As you can see here, it looks Aina. It was Aina. But it was just crazy how it happened so quickly, because I literally had the pimple on Monday, I popped it on Tuesday, and on Wednesday I woke up looking like I had a burnt hole in my cheek. It happened very, very quickly. So yes, I was out of commission. Well, not really. It makes me sound like, no, I wasn't really. I was just avoiding putting on makeup on the sore because I didn't want to infect it more, so we went to the doctor and I was able to get an ointment to help it. So it's gone down quite a bit. It looks much better. I was able to cover it up, but as you can see, the faint little line around my cheek there. So yeah, there's a first time for everything apparently. So moral of the story, don't listen to everything your mom says. I'm joking. Don't use fungal cream on your face or on anything that isn't fungal, apparently, because it will burn your skin. So yes, that was my drama-filled week, 2 weeks really, and it was just, it just hasn't been a very inspiring week, if I could say that. It was a bit of a dip, really, if I'm being honest. Just a lot of personal stuff going on, and I'm also just trying to start a business, so just trying to get that off the ground has been quite challenging, and yeah, it's just been really hard to get out of bed lately, but my Lord, my Savior, proved to be my motivation every morning. As difficult as it is, I mean, I allow myself to be in a slum. I don't discount anybody, being not okay. It's okay not to be okay, but what's important is not to stay there. We always need to find the will, dredge it up from somewhere, to get out of bed and to just try. A new day is a different opportunity. So just try your hardest to just make it count. And this is what I'm doing with this channel. I've actually had the video for this week's story for quite some time, for 2 weeks actually. Just things weren't just working out, it was very bizarre how I kept delaying the posting this video. Just not really bizarre, but I'm a firm believer in everything happens for a reason, and if something is impeding something from happening, doesn't matter how much you try to make it work, but just things aren't working out, then it's most often God just trying to delay it or stop it even sometimes from happening because of a reason we may not see or understand at the time. So it was frustrating, I won't lie, because I'm a perfectionist in the sense that when I want to do something, I want to get it done and I want to get it done right. And I also want to keep to my word. You know, I committed to posting a video once every week. So for me, that was just very important to have the content, you know, to post it every week and to make sure I'm just always on top of that. So to have this delay just really threw me off and also added to just the frustrations of the last 2 weeks. But again, when it's beyond your control, don't kill yourself trying to fix it, because you either make it worse or you block what needs to happen. You block what God is trying to show you or teach you, you know, or open your eyes to. So we are here though. So that's a victory, yay. My skin is coming along. My face hasn't been completely annihilated. And my spirits are not down. You know, I'm still in high spirits. I'm still hopeful. And that's all you can really ask for really in life, you know. Keep going. So yes, to our newcomers, this is a channel, Invaluable Grace, where I share stories, transformative stories of people who have been through the most in life, as I'm sure we all are well versed in. You know, I'm pretty sure everybody has experienced a fair share of grueling and challenging moments. And this is just a channel to just highlight just how perseverance pays off, you know, how hope prevails. You know, it doesn't matter how difficult or just how daunting or irreversible a situation may seem, there is always hope. You know, there is always a light, and there is always a greater purpose in each of our lives if we prevail, if we persevere, you know, if we hold on to some form of hope. It doesn't matter how small or little it is. My journey was that, quite literally. I held on to the smallest spark of hope. Even at the end of me, there was just a small thing that just kept me going. And sometimes all you need is a very small spark of hope to get you through life, you know. It is quite literally life-changing how much at the verge of giving up, you can do so much in that moment, you know. And my last 2 videos, 3 including mine, have just been stories about that, you know, people who've just been through the most, who were dealt a very bad hand, irregardless of choices or not, you know. It's just how they made the best of a dire situation or a very bad situation, and how they overcame and came out on top of it, you know. And this week is no different. I have a very special lady as well that I grew to know through the program. We met so many remarkable women, so many women with such unique stories, you know, and such beautiful, encouraging stories. And I'm just eager to share, whoever is willing to let me share it anyway. Not all of them are comfortable in sharing their stories, so whoever would like to, I'm just always eager to just get that out there, mostly to empower them, but also to empower another person, because you would be surprised just how much our situations are relatable. You know, we often think that we are the only one going through that specific issue, but lo and behold, someone else is going through the exact same thing. You know, we are often just so caught up in our own little bubble that we forget that there are 6 billion people on this earth, and your situation cannot just be relative to you or custom made just for you. You know, yes, we are all special in our own light, but we often go through the same challenges, you know, in most cases. So I think it's just very important to share that, and I've used this platform for that, and to just show you that it's not all bleak as well, and we can just always be survivors. It doesn't matter who you are, where you come from, what you've been through. Hope looks the same in any circumstance, you know. So Salome is the lady this week who will be sharing her story. Salome van Roy. Another just heartwarming, sad, you know. Ultimately, it all stems from a sense of loss, a sense of pain, a sense of rejection, a sense of betrayal. You know, it all stems from the same thing. And ultimately, that's because we all are looking for love. We are all looking to belong. We are all looking to find value and purpose, you know, and we often attach that to people. And that's why we are often disappointed, because we ourselves cannot be enough for one another. You know, I fail myself on a daily basis. How can I now be someone else's crutch, you know, and anchor, you know, stivating factor of why people are just so downtrodden, you know, and just so hopeless and despondent, is because they have felt such a keen sense of rejection in life by people, you know, by circumstances, you know, by situations, and in most cases by loved ones, you know, people who are meant to be there to be your rocks, you know, to be people to your ride or dies. And in most cases, those are the ones who disappoint you the most, you know, and people grow hardened, and it just culminates in this ripple effect where we end up hurting one another, because the truth is, hurt people hurt each other, and it's just a cycle of just us hurting one another. And it doesn't really fix the true depth of the issue, you know, the true problem, the seed within that is just injured and hurt and just looking for value and purpose and love. And I think once we truly identify the root problem, it's easier to just try and come out, you know, of that cesspool of misery, and come out of that mind state that just limits you and or has you think that this is who you are, you know, and this is all there is to you. It's very important to dissect the root problems. In most cases, it's within ourselves, you know, and often we run away from that because it just dredges up so much ugly that we don't often want to face. I personally had to do that myself, and it was quite grueling and painful to witness and experience, because we don't often want to admit that there is anything wrong, you know, within us. So it's very important to just reflect and resonate with yourself and just understand where the true pain and hurt comes from, and try to deal with it from that level and work your way up. And I mean, people along the way will help you as well. It's very important to know that we are there. We encourage one another, you know, to lift each other up. We often won't have the solutions, you know, we won't resolve each other's problems, but a supporting hand is so important. I cannot tell you how many people have lived, you know, have come from the verge of suicide because they were able to talk, to share, to vent. You know, sometimes that's all we need. All we need is just to talk. And that doesn't necessarily mean we are here to fix each other's problems. That just means we are here to lighten the load and to make it a little bit bearable. So that's another motivating factor for this channel. I think it's very important that we just talk, you know, even if it seems like we're talking to nobody, but someone on the other side is definitely listening. But for you as an individual, most importantly, it's important to just air it out and just let it out. And it's like a twofold blessing, because you're helping yourself and someone else who is watching from the other side. So yes, I think I've been babbling long enough. It's 2 weeks pent up conversation and discussion here, people, so just work with me. So have a listen to Salome. I definitely think she is a bright conqueror with a lot to share and a lot to give.
Hi, I'm Salome van Rooij. I'm 23 years old. I am a survivor of gender-based violence. I am a very strong, bright young woman that wants to start her own business. And this is my son, George, that likes attention very, very much. So currently I am staying with my partner, who's the father of my child. And also I work at a liquor store not far from where I stay. My life story, geez, I don't know where to start. It's been a very long journey for me. I was raped at the age of 12 by an uncle of mine. When I came out about it, Nobody believed me. They said, no, you were just out here looking for attention. The second time it happened, I was 13. I spoke up. I let the people around me know that this was happening to me. They never believed me again. This time around, I went to the police station. I gave in the evidence. But as we live in South Africa, the system usually fails us as girls, as young girls.
Voices in her head that mirror what she's heard before. All the things they said to hold her back, they never seemed.
I was invited by my pastor from church, and she told me that there's a foundation that helps ladies that are unemployed. So because I was home and I wasn't doing anything at all, so she asked me if I could see if I can take a chance and also try and see if this courses that we're doing here can get me somewhere, and it has. I have learned a lot. We've done K53 computers from the course, and currently we are doing sewing, and I am really enjoying it, and it has motivated me as well to becoming an independent businesswoman with our entrepreneurial skills that we are receiving. So this place is pretty amazing. It's uplifting us. It really is empowering us as young ladies, and I would definitely recommend the classes for next year to take this opportunity with both hands and appreciate it.
Staring at herself in the mirror on the restroom door.
So this would be the bedroom where I stay. So we only have one bedroom where we stay, and then we have a sofa on the other side of the sitting room from where I stay. So yes, this would be my bathroom where I stay, and then there is a passage, and there is a sitting room as well, and there is my cousin and my partner where I currently stay. So this is the place where I stay. So I just wanted everybody to see where I stay. You turn to your family, they seem to think because of you are an orphan, you do not deserve to have the same and equal love as the rest of the girl children at home. For me, it was very traumatizing because I turned to men to seek comfort, to seek help, but the help I never got. I am a bright young woman. I was unemployed for 2 years. That's how I met the ladies for Basari Bamashito Foundation, from where they helped me to make me stronger, to strive and to better myself in life. I see myself 3 years from now having my own, even if it's a small sewing company, so that I can be able to make my own clothes and make myself known well out there. I got help from somebody that was a friend of one of my cousins, or should I say an uncle of mine, a young uncle of mine from home. I told him what happened to me. The first thing he did, he said he was sorry that it had happened to me. He said, I do not have money, I do not have gold, I don't have diamonds to help you, but the only thing I can do is to help you to find a place where you could be safe, for you to find your courage to become a wonderful young woman that you can grow into. I remember it like it was yesterday. I packed my bags in the middle of the night after the person I'm supposed to call my mother, supposedly supposed to believe me, turned against me, didn't believe me. So I decided I'm gonna pack my bags. I'm gonna go to the only person I know that raised me.
Voices in her head that mirror what she's heard before.
How many I have? is to be able to make a change in my community and the people around me. My harmony for humanity is to be able to be remembered as a humble person and caring and being able to be making a change. For my future is to be able to start a needlework school. 5 years from now, I want to be able to have my own swimming school for unemployed people in South Africa.
Her hands are shaking and her palms are sweating as she says,
My mother passed away when, as they say, when I was born, but as I finally found out, my mother died when I was 3 years old. The lady who my mother worked for in the kitchens, she lived in Pretoria. I went to school there till my family, whom she found, took me away in the middle of the night, took me to their home. I was a stranger in a strange new place whom I didn't know, just for me to find out I actually have a blood relative whom is my sister. We bonded, we didn't get along, we bonded, we tried. She passed away when I did my last year of school. For me, it was very traumatizing for me to grow up in a home where I felt that I didn't get the love I deserved. But I got the courage and I got the help from somebody that finally believed me. I left home. I just told myself, I'm going to pack whatever I have, no matter how small it is. I technically had to give myself to men on the road for me to reach where I was, because I felt worthless. I felt dirty. I told myself, why did something like that have to happen to me? Why is it that something like this has to happen to good people, somebody that is innocent? But at the end of the day, I got courage. I finally got home to Pretoria from a lady that raised me when I was younger, Ronel van Eren. She helped me, she put me in a place of safety. She told me, my daughter, I cannot keep you with me, and you cannot keep on running away from your home. That is your family. I said I cannot go back, because they told me at home, if I run away again, I ran away twice. The third time I ran, she told me, my auntie told me, if I have to run away again, I should not come back. So when I finally did, I did not look back. I told myself, I don't care if I have to sleep on the streets, but I know I'm gonna make something of myself. Even though they said that I would become like my mother, a nobody, I would die just like her, the way they had to pick up my body. Today I'm 23 years old. I'm a survivor of rape, gender-based violence, physically and mentally, every way possible. But for me, because I believe there's a living God out there that will help me. He made me reach Pretoria safely at the age of 12. There's nothing better than that. That's when I knew there's a living God out here that is willing to protect me no matter what. I'm 23 years old today. I'm a survivor. I'm a conqueror because I believed in God. I don't care what happens to me along the way. I made something of myself. I'm a mother today. I am employed. I have a roof over my head. I met people along the way that helped me to stand up, to become a strong woman, to show me that when you fall, you must dust yourself up and you must get up and you must look front. You must look forward, because the light in front of you can never deceive you, because there's a living God out here. So that is my story as I was born into this world. But today I can say that I'm a survivor. Not only am I a survivor, I'm a conqueror, because I have lifted myself up so many times where I was thrown down to the ground, multiply raped, multiple times. But I did not give up. I did not let it eat my spirit. Till this today, nothing can eat my spirit, because I believe that I am strong. And as long as you have sisters and brothers around you that can give you a helping hand, that you know tomorrow, even if you can look back, those are the people that can say thank you. But the main person is God. When you open your Bible, when you put your head down, when you wake up, the first thing you think of is say thank you, God, for being able to breathe. I I will never fail. I am not a failure. I am the future for tomorrow. I would want to empower other ladies, for them to be able to stand on their own 2 feet, to know that it's not all about a man having to pull you up. You can do it yourself, from what I've learned here. And for me, it would start with the entrepreneurial skills and the sewing as well. You can start a business with your sewing skills, makeup as well, but the one is for gender-based violence. I would like that to be known mainly for them, for it's not only about physical beating, emotionally and not only physically, but how do I say it, like mentally. When somebody shouts at you, that is basically an abuse, and verbally, that is for me. I would like the ladies to learn to stand up, and not because a man is telling you you are not good enough, you don't know how to do this, you know how to do that. And they have a thing where they say you are nothing without me. We are way more without them. I have learned that here, that no matter man can tell you how Tailor, if you leave me, nobody's going to love you. That does not exist. You can be somebody without a man.
Before the Women Unleashed Skills Development Program, Salome was unemployed for 2 years and taking care of her son George. During the program, Salome developed her skills in beauty therapy and sewing, and she would like to start a small business in sewing in order to sustain herself and her family and give back to the youth in her community.
So yes, I survived a lot of bad things, but one thing I learned is to never give up. I'm a conqueror, and there is nothing bigger than who you are in life. Thank you.
Staring at herself in the mirror on the restroom door.